What's made the difference for Andre Roberts other than the blocking up front, and how would you describe him as a punt and kickoff returner?
Well, I think as a punt and kickoff returner, I'd describe him as a fearless guy, exactly the kind of guy that I like, a guy that doesn't hesitate, has extremely good vision, a guy that sets up his blockers really well. And a guy knows how to run returns. You know, he's been doing it for a long time, been very productive throughout his career, and I think the biggest difference for him is you know, he's had a coming of age, so to speak. I think, you know, he's had just such a heck of a year with all those explosive plays he's had, and you know, we've got some guys up front and a group that's really taking pride in what they're doing, and you know, along with him and the blocking up front, those guys have done a hell of a job all year. And I think that's been a big difference. And you know, the guys buying into the system and knowing how it's supposed to be done from year 1 to year 3, knowing exactly where their head's supposed to fit, where, you know, to drive the double teams, to do everything that we're asking them to do. I think keeping the relatively same group together all year, you know, there's been guys out for 6 or 8 games and stuff like that. But to keep all the same guys together has made a really big difference this year for sure.
Is there one return this year other than the opening night return, either punt or kickoff, that stands out in your mind?
No, not really. To be honest with you, I think that, you know, the guys believe every return has a chance to go with a house. And when you're a player, you know, just from experience, when you have a guy back there that you feel good about and you know can make a true difference in the game, it changes how people think. And that's why I think you're seeing how big a difference it's making this year, because they believe in, you know, who's back there. They came together. They believe in what we're doing, scheme-wise. They're doing exactly what they're told to do. They're fighting their butts off every week. They've been consistent. One of the best, you know, one of the biggest things I think in this league that's probably undervalued is consistency, and they have done a hell of a job this year and played hard every week.
How neat would it be for him to make a Pro Bowl at age 30?
I think it'd be awesome for him. You know, hopefully Jason can too, you know, with the year he's having. So I think it'd be awesome because he deserves it, you know, in my opinion. Not even close.
Say about the development of Kevin Lewis, because he got off to a tough start this year. He missed the first game with the suspension, then he had some injuries. So now he blocked the punt this week, and had some coverage this week. So what's been your thoughts on his development this season?
Well, I think that since he's been here, he has been, if you watch that kid practice, I'll just put it this way, every young player should watch that kid practice every single day, because that kid plays it like it's a game. He mentally puts his hands down to block a punt in every single drill. He's turning his shoulders. He's doing everything that we ask of him in the game, and he has a natural feel for it. Some people have that. Some people don't. He's athletically gifted as hell. I think he's smart. He's a professional. He studies, and he's one of the hardest workers we got. And I think that's what really separates him from being a solid special teamer to an upper level, really good guy. I think he is a damn good player, you know, in this league for sure.
Do you feel like you've got a few of those upper level guys now? Because, you know, we've talked in the past trying to kind of get the pieces together, and this year you kind of raved about a few guys. Do you feel like you've got some, like a handful of those guys now?
You know, I do. I love my group, to be honest with you. I think those guys have, like I said, they've competed every week. I'd go to battle with these guys anytime because they care. And, you know, they've done a hell of a job competing. And I mean, like I said, every return they believe in. Yeah, I think that, you know, in answer to your question, these guys, they came together. They started playing together, and like I said, when you believe in the guy that's back there and everything that they're doing, and coverage wise, and you know, you have some really good players. And Peake's a really good gunner. You can't single him. Like, you know, Trenton, as young as he is, you can't single the guy, and so you have to take out a guy in the box to go double those gunners. Somebody's going to have to get doubled because you can't block them single wise. Those are just two guys. Neville Hewitt has done a great job. Brooks and Tez, and you got a bunch of guys like Eric Tomlinson and Herndon and everything that never gets any credit, but they're blocking their butts off on kick return and punt returns and playing on offense. And you got Jordan Jenkins playing on punt, and you got all these guys that are playing significant reps on offense and defense that are now playing special teams, and they're taking pride in what they do. It's awesome to see.
I want to follow up on something you said twice now. I'm not saying that there are times when people don't give effort. You said when people believe in a deep return guy, can you almost see, as someone who's coached this for so long, that little extra in the blockers, that little extra that, hey, if I just seal this could go all the way. That little extra there? It's
hard to explain because I don't think there's that much different because they've always played hard since I've been here. This has been a really good group. I've been real happy through the years, but the big difference has been how many people we've had in and out in those first couple of years, and because it's the same scheme that I've been running for relatively close for 3 years now. The difference is the guys being relatively healthy throughout the year, Like I said it last week, I think, I'd have loved to have seen where Josh Martin and KPL and Tez and all those guys didn't have those injuries and see where we were. But I love my group as it is right now because they've done a hell of a job all year and they play every week. And for those guys, when you're a player and you'll always battle, you'll always go to work and you always battle if you're a professional. But when you have a really special guy back there, there's that little extra couple percent that I think it's natural. If you've got a guy back there that, they strain and they have grit and they go harder than they've gone before, and that's what they're doing this year.
Sean McDermott didn't like the Henry Anderson block on the kicker. He said this week there's no place in football for that. What did you think of that?
Well, first of all, it shouldn't have been touched, right? And I kind of got on Tez for running back there and picking that up. Because we teach to get away from that ball. But, I think that there's a fine line there. The kickers are coming over to make a play. I'd be mad too if I was him, to be honest with you. If they hit my kicker like that, I'd be pretty upset. But, do I think it was a dirty play? No. I think it's, borderline that they I don't know how you explain it. Like, it's okay if the kicker goes and makes the tackle and nobody touches him. But if somebody blocks any kicker in this league, it used to frustrate me as a player. If somebody goes and blocks a kicker, it's an automatic flag, it's an automatic fine, or whatever it is, And if they're have helmets and pads on for a reason, and do you want to ever see that happen? Hell no. I don't want to see somebody's guy get hurt. And I walked up to him at halftime and asked him if he was okay, and I sent the coach a message, and hopefully, because we don't coach dirty play and everything like that. My guys are playing their butts off, and that's all I care about. And if he's going in to make a tackle and things like that, and he doesn't, if he's not giving full effort, then he does hear it from me, on Mondays, and that's how it should be. That you should play as hard as you can on every snap, and if he's near the ball and he's going for a tackle, then he's got to be blocked. If not, he saves a possible touchdown. But I do think that, he should have got maybe his head in front, and he could have been a little easier on him, that's for sure. And I wouldn't want my kicker to be hit like that either, so there's kind of two sides to it, right?
You sent a message to their special teams coach?
What was that?
You sent a message to their
Sure I did, yeah. I mean, anybody that gets hurt in our game, I don't want to see anybody hurt. I was a player too, and, when you see people go down, you don't want to see that.
What did you think of the call on Tomlinson? Is that what you call on the first kickoff?
That was really close, but it was legit. He was coming around the edge. Ron Tez was engaged with him, and they kind of stacked and got right on top of each other, and he just came around and literally just barely hit him with a shoulder and then went up.
Is the spirit of that rule, though, to get rid of the wedge?
Yes.
So is that not kind of, do you think they have to revisit some of the rules that they apply?
Truly, I don't think so. I think it's a really good rule, to be honest with you. I think that it has eliminated the wedge shots that we all used to take. It has eliminated the big collisions. I think it's been a very good rule, to be honest with you. You know, sometimes it's hard for those guys in the back to see somebody in a trail position or a guy on the side position if they're coming in from the side. And so they just see the first guy that comes out and they jump up and grab him, you know, and, you know, to block him. So it happens sometimes. You know, you don't like to see it happen. You coach it not to happen, but you know, it happens once in a while.
It seems sometimes with long snappers, the only time the name comes up is when they mess one up. It's been a long time since that's been said about Hennessy. What can you say about him as a long snapper? What does he bring to the table?
I think he is one of the top 5 snappers in the league. I think he is a consummate professional. He is an awesome kid. Great to have in my room. His snaps are right on the money. You know, and I think it really plays out to see, you know, with the operation of him and Lachlan being together as a snapper and holder, what kickers have done since those guys have been here. And because it's the snap and the hold is automatic, you know, damn near 98% of the time, 99% of the time. And kickers have done a great job because of it. And you know, Jason's kicking, having a great year, but they're a part of it too, because, you know, Thomas's snap and Locke's hold, you know, not to take anything away from Jason, please don't get me wrong, because he's done a hell of a job and had a Pro Bowl season in my opinion, but those guys, the whole operation has got to be exactly right for a kicker to make kicks. If it's off a half an inch, it'll go a different direction. And these guys do a heck of a job, and Thomas has done a fantastic job since he's been here. He can block, he can cover. He's a pleasure to coach, that's for sure.
But in your playing career, you were with teams that, you know, were working in progress, and eventually they found that spark, they found that postseason success in Cleveland and Jacksonville. And basically, do you see that from this team right now, and what sort of lessons can they take from those teams and that were development, that were work in progress?
I think that you know, this team's got a lot of young players that have a lot of talent. I think that this team is starting to come along. You know, you got a bunch of key young guys in place, the quarterback and Jamal and all those guys, and Leonard and things like that. I think you got a pretty good young nucleus of guys, and that's what it's going to take. And if you know, whatever they do this off season, I think it's going to be a heck of a deal for them to get some more players in here, and I think this is a group that you're not going to want to play. You know, once you get some free agents in here and stuff like that, you know, I wouldn't want to play us now because we're dangerous enough to beat you every week, you know, and we're in every ball game for the most part. But you know, I think that with a big off season and everything like that, this young quarterback's going to grow. Everybody's going to get better. This is going to be a heck of a team in a year or two, maybe, you know, somewhere in that area.